Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
We still here, still standing. UPK, we never left the building. Commanding General Yohana, you know. Whoa! Check it out. Woe to America. Seize everything and bring these crackers to their knees. I need everything and I do mean everything. I know they don't like us. Go ahead and try us. Don't make me call upon the Lord and put this earth on fire. I'm only getting better and I'm only getting higher. And you are getting weaker. That's why you cannot beat us. I know you do not like us. We don't like you neither. You win against a grain. You should be ashamed. You win against a king. Let's just call it treason. Can't wait for killing season. All that shit that you be preaching. Let me see if you believe it. They say they can't be touched. Well, I'm about to put my hands on them. No more missing nice guy. I gave that spirit up. Lord, give me strength so I can tear this city up. Babylon is falling, but it's just not fast enough. Angels with a nigga, so you niggas cannot touch. Ooh,
this shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Yeah. Said I pray they understand. I said I pray they understand. This shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Said I pray they understand. Hey, I said I pray they understand.
They want me to bite my tongue, they don't like criticism. Can't sell oppressors the devil, YouTube restricted niggas. But they can post bitches twerking, police killing niggas. You can rap about catching bodies, the millions listen. Bitches rap about they box, and children listen. You say you black and gay, to them you still a nigga. You chasing Susie and Becky, they Emmett Tillin niggas. You got the ones that compromise, and you got field niggas. It's a real difference, it make me feel different. When I kick on my boots, tie up a meat tree, I know what we teaching at camp, nobody teaching. These devils telling lies without blinking. They ain't got the integrity, try to reach them. They say they conscious and they woke, but they sleepy. I ain't sparing nobody, I'm going in. It's a rap when I hop up on that podium.
This shit not adding up, fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Yeah. Said I pray they understand. I said I pray they understand. This shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Said I pray they understand. Hey, I said I pray they understand.
Shalom, Israel. Shalom. Before we do anything, let's get a mic check. If everybody can hear me to Wob, if you can hear me to Wob, let me get a 1W. Let me get a 1W in the chat. Everybody can hear me all right. Now, you might not know what Tawab means. If you can hear me well, if you can hear me good, if you can hear me good, then get a 1W in that chat. All right. Looks like we are up live. We up live on Instagram. We up live on Facebook. We up live on X, formerly known as Twitter. And we even up live on TikTok tonight. And of course, the hometown squad, we up live on YouTube as well. And I got the ones coming in. I think that means y'all can hear me. I think that means we can get started. So everybody, let's clap it up. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, we have been teaching the truth of the Bible. What's that truth? That truth is so-called Black, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Indians are God's chosen people, the Jews of antiquity. You are who that book is about. You are who that book is for. You are the main and central character in that book. And unfortunately, due to our disobedience to the Most High, we lost our heritage and our culture, and we lost our identity along the way. And when you fast forward and get here to 2024, we have no idea who we are anymore. But that's all right. That's all right. The reason why that is all right, you know what I'm saying? The Most High said that was going to happen, that was going to come to pass. He also said that he was going to send his prophets back out into the earth again. He was going to send his prophets back out into the earth again, you know what I'm saying? To call our folks back home. Call our folks back home, you know what I'm saying? And teach the truth of the Bible. Before y'all got on, I was, again, getting the TikTok up live. You know what I'm saying? Talking to them before they can't see everything we see on the screen with the YouTube. But you know, just going through it. It's about 1 million people, you know what I'm saying? On live. You got about 1 million folks on live right now on TikTok, you know what I'm saying, across all social media platforms. And every last one of them got the answers. Every last one of them know God. Every last one of them is breaking down scriptures. And it's amazing to me and it's crazy to me because when I was out there in that world, all those answers, all those scholars, all those teachers, could nobody tell me how you fix our people, how you fix our condition. Even when I was lost inside that church, that pastor could not tell us how you fix our people. But lo and behold, all it took was a TikTok away, or you know what I'm saying, an Instagram away, and I guess I would have been able to find out. Now we know that's not true. Again, if you are here, if the Lord directed you here tonight, you're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. You should consider that to be a privilege and an honor. You should consider it to be a privilege and an honor, because when you look at how many of our people that are lost, the ones that swept down, they know the answers. The ones that they follow, I mean, it's a sad condition, but it's a whole lot of wrong ways to go. That's a whole lot of wrong ways to go. This is tonight's Brotherhood class. This is the Virginia chapter of the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. This is the Virginia's Brotherhood class. And our topic for tonight is life and death. Choose, or the choice is yours. You know what I'm saying? We live in a world where you got 1 million different choices, just like all the choices I listed for the spirituality, you know what I'm saying? And all of these ministers and pastors and men of God all over social media. You got 1 million different choices, you know what I mean? 1 million different options. But the truth of the matter is, God only gave us 2. God only gave us 2. And tonight we're going to break that down. We're going to go into that tonight. You know what I'm saying? And hey, it's going to be a good class. Like we always say, make sure you put your city name and state in the class, in the chat, so that I can see it. I can know how to address you properly. Put your city name and state in there. And if at any point in the class you have a question, just type that in. This is not the Christian church We don't duck and dodge anything. You know what I'm saying? We don't duck and dodge. We don't make up. We don't embellish. We don't do none of that. We're gonna tell you, thus said the Lord, straight out the Bible. It is what it is. You either like it, or you don't. You either accept it or you don't accept it. You know what I'm saying? The blessed thing about it, your agreeance with it, your how you feel about it, your opinion, none of that is gonna sway or move the Most High. The Most High is gonna do exactly what He said He was gonna do. You feel me? So again, if you have any questions, make sure you put those in the chat. Now on the TikTok, the scroll goes kind of fast with the comments. So if you do have a comment on there, if for any reason I don't answer, if I don't see it right away, just put it in there again and I see it. And if by all means, you can always jump on the YouTube. We are at YouTube. No Cowards Richmond, No Cowards Virginia. You feel me? That it's a little bit easier to read through the comments. They kind of stick around a little bit longer. So by all means, you can always jump in there as well. And with that, let's do a little shout out. Let's do a little roll call, see who we got in here. We got us, ISUPK North Carolina in the building on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? See how we had up in here. We had a couple of folks. I don't know if they stuck around or not. Say we got 4 people in here. Property Proctor's TBC LC. I think I saw her brother named Johnny. Who else we had up in here? Truth Hurts is in here with us. Forgive me if I chop up these names. ICS Armand, Crystal, G-Man, Johnny Blaze. We had the President of the United States with us, Barack Obama, or former President, Kenny, Johnny, and Hoser. And again, if I miss you again, just jump back in there, throw it in the chat, and I'll make sure I hit you up. On Instagram, I don't see anybody there yet. I should be able to see all the comments from the brothers and sisters on X and on Facebook. They should come through here. And what I got here, I have my sister Deanna is in the building. Yahweh Shema Adathan Ba'Ashem Yahweh Shada Yuakwath. We also have my brother, Officer Matazar Quran, in the building. Yahweh Ba'Ashem Yahweh Shabarakatha. And as more people get in, we'll go from there. Tonight, this is tonight's Brotherhood class. This is the Brotherhood class where we learn about brotherhood, what that is, what that consists of. If it's anything, if I could pinpoint or put my finger on what our community hurts, lacks, and needs the most, I can honestly say that would be brotherhood. We lack brotherhood. And a big part of us lacking brotherhood is because we don't know what brotherhood is. You feel me? We've been taught to have allegiance to other people. We've been taught to have allegiance to countries and to religions and to ideologies and philosophies and everything except for what the Bible tells us. You feel me? And it's strength. This is how the old saying is: it's strength in numbers, it's strength in solidarity. You feel me? And the Bible says that this law, the law that we got from God, is perfect. It said it's perfect. It says concerning that Bible that no other book will want its mate, which means you don't have to go out and search and find another book to pair up with it. You don't have to find another scholar or a tablet to validate or prove what's contained inside. You know what I'm saying? It's a one-stop shop for the children of Israel. You feel me? One-stop shop, and everything that we need is contained in there. It's just that we never been taught what was inside that Bible. We were never taught what was inside that Bible. We got taught religion. Religion is man-made. We got taught religion, and we got taught fairy tales, and we got taught mythology. We got taught all of these different things, but we were never taught what's contained inside of that Bible. You feel me? And again, that's what we do. In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, this is what we specialize in. This is what we do. This is all we do. This is the mission. You feel me? So again, what we like the most is brotherhood. We like to start the class off the same. What's up, Fran 2001 on TikTok? We like to start the class off the same with this being a brotherhood class. If you could have another word, or what's another word that's synonymous with brotherhood? Just type it in the chat. What's another word that's synonymous with brotherhood? If you know what's going on, Liz, how you doing? McLovin, how you doing? What's another word that's synonymous with brotherhood? What we lack, What we lack all over the place, you know what I'm saying, is brotherhood. What we lack amongst each other is brotherhood. We don't have that amongst each other, which is why we do each other all different kinds of ways. We got a couple of answers coming in on TikTok. We got Officer Mataz Akara said sisterhood, give that brother a hand. We also have Aqua Diana. She said sisterhood, give her a hand. Brotherhood and sisterhood go right along side with each other. They are both synonymous with each other. You feel me? When the Bible is talking about the brotherhood, is talking about, when it's talking about the brothers, it's talking about the sisters as well. Unlike your Christian church, we don't do a kids church, women's church, men's retreat. We don't do all that because the Bible wasn't designed for it. It's not designed like that. We're supposed to be learning about God together as a unit, as a family. The rules that apply to all. Now, of course, you have some that's specific to the sisters. You feel me? Because we have specific roles in the Bible. Unlike, you know what I'm saying, if you were with us last night, you feel me? If you was with us last night in our history class, we talked about the different, about the gender roles. You feel me? Officer Mataz Akara broke down feminism. He broke down feminism and how it attacked the different roles, and the women were mad about the different roles that they had, even though God had already preordained the role of a man and the role of a woman. It's this place that changes that. It's this place that has its own definitions behind that. You feel me? And that's what destroys us as a people, because instead of us following the Most High like we should, we follow this place. We follow America. We follow, you know what I'm saying, what the churches say. We follow any and everything else except for what that Bible tells us to do. You feel me? So again, brotherhood and sisterhood go hand in hand. Now, if brotherhood and sisterhood are the same, what's another word for brotherhood and sisterhood? What's another word for brotherhood and sisterhood? Just type it in the chat. If you know it, if you know the precept that goes along with it, that we're going to do that as well. One thing, again, like I said, that we do here, we don't make up anything in here. You feel me? We don't make up anything in here. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shema, Bashim Yahweh Shah, my rib checking in, and she checked in with an answer. She said love. Aquaf Diana said love. On TikTok, when y'all hear me say Aquaf or that's brother and that's sister. You feel me? And they both said love. Officer Mataz Akara said love, and he said he gave the precept for it. 1 John 5:3. Love. 1 John 5:3. My rib came with the precept as well. That's the benefit to coming to these classes. That's the benefit to being taught by the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You're not just talking. You're not just saying by what you feel, your emotions. You actually got precept and scripture to back up what you're saying. You feel me? The same way the Most High intended it to be. The words have definitions. We live in this place here where they done taught us that love is how you feel. Love is a Valentine's Day card. Love is a Christmas gift. You know what I'm saying? Love is them butterflies you get in your stomach. You feel me? It was love at first sight. All these different sayings and thoughts and ideas and really made up concepts that have nothing to do again with that Bible. Nothing whatsoever to do with the Bible. But the thing about it is, love has a real definition. Love has a real definition. It's an actual definition, and it's not based off your emotions or how you feel. But let's get it. Instead of me talking about, let's get it. Let's go ahead and pull it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up on screen. 1 John 5:3. 1 John 5:3. Now again, a disadvantage of TikTok, y'all can't see the scriptures that we pull by all means. We're gonna work on that, fine-tune that. Well, I might try to get to the point where I have those popping up in the background, like I got the moniker popping up in the background now. But by all means, you want to make sure you have your Bible. Pull your Bible up. You want to and don't just get any Bible. You really want to get a King James Version 1611, and if possible, get you a King James Version 1611 with the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha is 14 books that they took out of the Bible. Inside of that Apocrypha, that contains the Greek captivity. That contains that part about that Greek captivity that they took out of the Bible that we're traditionally known, that we know. So when we read it, we skip right over that. It will be what's location-wise, it will be in between the quote-unquote Old and New Testament. You feel me? It will be in between those, and they took that out. If you were to travel overseas and go to the Vatican and so forth, or go to one of their services, I won't call it church, go to one of their services, you feel me? That would already be contained inside of that. And by taking that out, it takes out a good portion, a good chunk of our history. Again, why we are so lost. And it's not really a foreign concept when you think about it, because if you think about it, when you talk about slavery, right? Back during slavery, they gave so-called black people what's called a slave Bible. And that slave Bible had a good 70% of the Bible that wasn't even in there. You feel me? Again, just to teach the narrative that they wanted to teach. You feel me? And this is, again, why so many people are confused when it comes to the Bible. Why so many people don't even realize that love, again, have a definition. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbarakatah. I was a Kwasha in the building. Yahweh Shemalathan Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Sister Aisha in the building, checking in from Newport News. Let's go ahead and get that precept. Let's go ahead and get that precept. 1 John 5:3. 1 John 5:3. And we're going to pull it up on screen here again. So if you were there in TikTok again, if you do have any questions, by all means, go ahead and type those questions in. You feel me? Type those questions in. You're going to make sure you get an answer here tonight. You feel me? We're going to pull up 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. 1 John 5:3. All right. So again, just like I was talking, like I started out saying, how you got a gang of Bible scholars online off some Zachariah. You know what I'm saying? You can go to this TikTok. You got a million different scholars online. I mean, every last one of them got a following, and they teaching. And I'm going through and I'm just shaking my head the whole time. You feel me? All of them giving you some version, some form of Christianity, because that's really what it breaks down to. All of them are giving you some version or some form of Christianity. Think about it, giving you some version, some form of a religion. The thing about it is, this Bible is not a religious book. It's been used for religious purposes, but it's not a religious book. This Bible is a book of laws, statutes, and commandments left to the children of Israel. This Bible is a book of the family historical records of the children of Israel, from the God of Israel to his children. That's what this Bible is. Period, point blank, simple as that. You can wipe all the mystique away from it. You can take the allure off of it. You feel me? That's religion. That's man-made. That's used to keep us confused, keep us deaf, dumb, and blind about what's really going on in the world. While everybody else steals our resources, takes advantage of our gifts, of our talents, and so forth, and we have none of that to call for our own, is because we don't know what's contained inside of this Bible. Also, Mataz Zachariah said, everybody claimed to know the Bible, and it's all BS. None of them got the truth but the UPK. Damn right. Get that brother a hand. We are the home of the truth. It's a lot of Israelites, you know what I'm saying, to go around claiming and saying that they are in the truth. What you might not know is that's a One West ISUPK saying, slogan that originated here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. They don't tell you that much. They tell you that they're in the truth, but they don't tell you that. They don't tell you where it came from. You feel me? What we doing here, we tell you where it come from. And right now, we're going to tell you about love and the definition of love. Everybody think they know what love is, but we're going to get it straight out the Bible. We're going to get it straight out the Bible. Words really do have definitions. You feel me? Words have definitions. So 1 John 5:3 reads, For this is the love of the Most High. You feel me? For this is the love of the Most High. This is the love of God. It's going to let you know what the love of God is. It's going to let you know what love is. It says that we keep his commandments. Notice it didn't say nothing about buying no gift right there. You feel me? It ain't say nothing about no hugs and no kisses right there. It says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. That word grievous meaning hard. His commandments aren't hard to do. His commandments aren't hard to do. It may be a little different or uncomfortable. You feel me? If you never grew up knowing what they were or knowing that you were supposed to follow them, it can be an uncomfortable thing, but it's not a hard thing to do. And it's an absolute imperative necessity. It's no other way of getting around that. Christianity has taught us that there are no laws in the Bible. The only law that they follow is that law of passing that collection plate, that basket around. You know what I'm saying? At some point, sometimes multiple points in that service. You feel me? But that's the only law that they follow. But when we read right here, it's telling you that this is love. This is love right here, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbarakatah. We got young man John Rand in the building. Ain't seen you in a minute. Then tell your mom, Yahweh Shemalathon Bashim Yahweh Shah, the sister Nazama Na as well. He said her phone broken, but that's all right. She's still listening. You feel me? That's the thing about this truth, the thing about this word. When you really, really want to know the truth, you're gonna seek it out. you're going to seek it out. And if it's for you, you're going to seek it out. You feel me? All right, so it says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. And just like a lot of people don't know what love is, a lot of us don't even know what a lot of these commandments are. So if we could, let's get some of these commandments. Y'all type it in the chat. Y'all give me some of these commandments in the chat. And there's one of them in particular that I'm looking for. And when we hit that one, we're going to move off. It's one of them in particular that I'm looking for that kind of goes along line with the title of the class. You know what I'm saying? Life and death, choose one. You feel me? It's one of them in particular that I'm looking for. You feel me? So what's some of these laws? What are some of these laws that we're supposed to keep? How do we love each other? How do we love the children of Israel? How do we love God? You can't give God a hug. You can't write God no card. And as much, even half the ones that's on live right now on TikTok, as much as they want to say and believe that they talking to the Lord and God told them this and God told them that, I'm here to tell you that they're not being honest with you. They're not being honest with you. If you ever hear anybody say, God told me to do this and God told me to do that, would always like to ask him, Officer Mataz Akara, always ask him what he sound like. You feel me? I say what he sound like. You feel me? And I can always tell they get that perplexed look on their face. Like did this N-word just ask me that? Did he really just ask me what God sound like? You feel me? A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, because of Christianity, because of the things that we've been taught, the lies that we've been taught, we attribute schizophrenia with conversations with the Most High, and it just don't work like that. God don't talk to you individually, audibly, like that in your head. It doesn't work like that. You feel me? God always spoke through his prophets. You feel me? And it was the children of Israel, the people's job, to listen to what the prophets were saying. You feel me? When he sent Moses, it wasn't a Moses over here and a Moses over there and a Moses down the street. It wasn't a south side Moses and the east side Moses. When he sent Jesus, it wasn't a south side Jesus, north side Jesus. You know, Jesus up down here, you know, it didn't work like that. He always sent one. You feel me? He always sent that messenger. You feel me? But again, because of religion, we all think that we can talk to God on ourselves inside of our head. You feel me? It doesn't work like that. It doesn't say that in the Bible. Officer Mataz Akara, man, right. What he sound like? You feel me? And then again, you always get that same look on their face. You always get that same look on their face because again, it's not that they're speaking to the Most High. They're doing what they want to do. And they've convinced themselves that God wants them to do it as well. You feel me? And same thing when it comes to love. We're convinced that love is that one right there. Oh, they look good. She this, he that. I love that one. That and so in their mind, this is love. This must be from God. But it doesn't say that. God said keeping these commandments is love. One of those commandments, Officer Mataz Akara said, don't unalive. You know what I'm saying? Now we gotta be specific and careful with the things that we say because we're live on TikTok now. But he says that don't unalive. You feel me? It's amazing. You can say something and everything else online. You feel me? But certain words they don't want you to say, they'll kick you off the string. You feel me? But it's all good. We're gonna navigate around it. And when he's saying don't unalive, you got to realize and keep in mind that when we were brought out of Egypt, you feel me? The Most High said, y'all gonna go and take those lands. It was times when he told us to go and unalive everything that was around us. So it's a difference between you have a righteous way of unaliving and an unrighteous way of doing it. You feel me? And the way that really breaks down, you got that K word and that M word. You feel me? That M word, red rum, that M word, you know what I'm saying? That's to unalive somebody that's innocent. You feel me? We're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do that. You feel me? But again, you can always defend yourself. You feel me? And it's a righteous, you know what I'm saying? It's a righteous way of unaliving as well, especially when it's ordained by the Most High. If that makes sense, you feel me? Also, Mataz Akara also said, "Don't vote." He said, "Don't vote." And again, and just how we found just how we know the definition of love from reading it right here, 1 John 5:3. And this isn't the only place it's in the Bible. You feel me? The same laws that they're pulling up now, that not to unalive, that can be found, you know what I'm saying, in Deuteronomy. Those are in the laws as well. You feel me? This law right here, not to vote. Officer Mataz Akara said, "Don't vote." This is election season. So that's that. You got a lot of our people, again, that swear up and down. They may have picked Biden last year. This year, they're going for Trump this year. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like this is the way that you save our people. We know that we shouldn't, because again, saving our people requires us to love our people. The Most High said the love is to keep his commandments. Well, right here, Officer Mataza Akaraja said we're not supposed to vote. So if I'm keeping these commandments, right? If I'm keeping these commandments and these commandments say not to vote, that's going to let me know that by me voting, I'm not loving my people. I'm not going to fix anything. This is why we've been voting for so many years. We've been voting over and over again. We don't have the right to vote for about 100-some years now, right? And it has changed absolutely nothing within the so-called Black, Latino, or Native Indian community. Nothing at all. We've continually got worse, progressively gotten worse and worse and worse. Why? Because we put stock in that vote. We put faith in that vote. A lot of us got in the polls and voted for Obama. For hope and change, and it did absolutely nothing for our people. Why? Because the Most High tells us that we're not supposed to vote. And let's go ahead and pull it. Officer Kushai said never vote as well. He said never vote as well. So let's go ahead and get that one. Let's get that never vote, because some people may not believe me right now. Some people may think that I'm just making this up. How the pastors make it up every Sunday. They might think I'm just putting it off the top of my head. You feel me? So let's go ahead and get it. And we're going to find that in Deuteronomy. We're going to go right here to Deuteronomy. I believe that's chapter 17. I want to say that's 17 and 15. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 17. I think it's 15. Let's see. And there we go. So if we go right here to Deuteronomy chapter 17, 15. Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15. And again, if you are on TikTok, on X, Instagram, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you want to make sure that you have a Bible. Nowadays, one of the good things about having a smartphone, that smartphone, it can actually make you smarter if you use it the correct way. If you use that tool the correct way, download you a King James Version, a 1611 King James Version Bible. What we're doing right here online is I'm actually going to the King James Version online right now, right there in the World Wide Web. I'm going right to the internet. You can pull it up there, and I'm putting up these scriptures here. The good thing about this app right here, or this website right here, it actually has the King James Version Standard 1611. Then it has the King James, the 1611 version, where it actually give you the books and the apocryphal, or the books on the apocrypha, to pull that up as well. One thing that you're going to find with those is wrote in that quote unquote King's English. You're not going to have any J's or Salaki or U's or whatever, so it's going to have certain letters in place of certain letters. Which again, now if there's no J's, if we didn't get that letter J to about mid 1600s, right? That's why you don't have that letter J in that 1611 version. If that's the case, where they get that word Jesus from? It's things like that, again, that we go to church, we go to these different religions, and we never ever put these different pieces in place. We never ever ask none of these questions. You feel me? And the reason why we don't ask none of these questions is because we've been taught not to ask those questions. We've been taught just to kind of go along with the flow. But one thing we don't do, we don't go along with the flow here. Voting is you just going along with the flow. I remember being in school and us telling us that was your civic duty. That's your civic duty. I also remember, you know what I'm saying? It said confession good for the soul, Officer Mataz Akara. I remember my mother, you know what I'm saying, when I hit 18 and I had to fill out that selective service joint. I remember, you know what I'm saying, being curious about it. Now, I had economics class, I had civics class in high school or whatever, but I still was somewhat, it still didn't really kind of make that much sense to me, because I'm looking at what's going on outside, and I'm reading these different definitions of what this government is and that government is, and none of this is matching up with the reality of what's going on outside these doors. So I asked my mother, and I'll never forget. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask that question. When I asked my mother about voting and what should I do, y'all typing in the chat. If you can guess what my mother told me. If you can guess what my mother told me, let's see if we all in the same spirit. You know what I'm saying? If y'all can guess what my mother told me, you feel me? What do you think my mother told me? I'm a Judite, right? So-called Black, African-American, what they call it nowadays. What do you think my mother told me when it was concerning voting? Who knows? We got something original that's joined in the chat on TikTok. And also, Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, the sister Ken Yessa, and Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, the sister Ra'ayah. It's all good, Sister Ra'ayah. You and Sister Ken Yessa must been together. Y'all jumping on at the same time, but it's good to see y'all. Let's see some of these answers. Let's see somebody. Let's see who got it right. Officer Mataza Akara said, "Your ancestors died for your right to vote." That is one of the things she said, but that wasn't the first thing. But that is definitely one of them. You know what I'm saying? That we hear that we hear when it gets to that point in your life where it's time for you to vote and all that. That's one of the things that they told me. That is one of them. That's not the one that I was looking for, Officer Mataza Akara, but I definitely heard that one though. Young man John Wren said, so I was on the same line. It's your duty because of your ancestors. And you know, and when you think about, I never forget getting older, thinking about when I would hear that, right? As all you think about all the atrocities that our people went through, being beat, being unalive, being assaulted. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm saying it politically correctly because I don't want TikTok to kick us off. But you think about all the different atrocities that our people I went through. Do you really? Honestly, and seeing here, we teach CRT every day in here. You feel me? So for us, we talk about it every day. So it's fresh in our memories. Do you really think, you know what I'm saying, that with all those atrocities going on, that was their thought? It's okay. I'm taking these beatings. I'm being unalive. He's assaulting my wife right there in front of me. You feel me? But one day I'm going to be able to vote. Do you really think that's what they were thinking about? This is what they tell us growing up. So this always was crazy to me. And just like young man put it in there, Officer Mataza Akara put it in there, this is what they tell us. You feel me? This is what they tell us. Now, my real must have been reading my mind because this is the very, very first thing my mother told me. Just vote the Democratic. Just vote for the Democrat. Black people always vote for the Democrat. That's exactly what she told me. And me, you know what I'm saying? I think with a lot of us, because we search high and low for an identity. You feel me? We want, for the most part, most of us want to do the right thing. You feel me? And I was one of those children where, and I did a lot of the wrong things now. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I was trying to do the right thing. You feel me? And again, that's the advice that I got. Just vote for the Democratic Party. Again, but and also, so you are absolutely correct. My rib hit it right on the head. Officer Kushar, Officer Kushar said, "You're gonna save your country." You know what I'm saying? And that's another way that they kind of get us. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at all the different things that's going on in the world, and so you begin to think, well, maybe, just maybe, if enough of us vote, we can fix it. Because that's the lie they tell us, right? Y'all remember Puffy got out there, you know what I'm saying, before all these cases. And these accusations and these allegations, you know what I'm saying, these parties with TD Jakes and stuff, you know what I'm saying. I remember Puffy getting out there, you know what I'm saying, Rock the Vote, him, Jay-Z, all of them, you know what I'm saying. They was talking about how our people just don't vote. We don't vote. It's your fault. Y'all neighborhood look like because you don't vote. You don't vote. You don't vote. So just like Officer Kushar is saying, you know what I'm saying, you're going to save your country. You're going to save your community. It's your responsibility to do it. You feel me? Aqua Ride said that at our slavery still. Oh, I got you. No, most I Christ. Y'all still getting it in. You know what I'm saying? Y'all pulling a Aqua Nazam or not. You know what I'm saying? At the slavery, getting it in. You feel me? Now, when I say slavery, we call our jobs here, our employment here, slavery. Reason being, you feel me? Nothing really changed from slavery. You feel me? Matter of fact, in my sense, I think it may have gotten a little bit worse. You feel me? Outside of the beatings, and you know what I'm saying, and you being in them little bit of cramped up spaces, they gave us more space. You feel me? They let us roam free a little bit more. That's the only thing that really got free. You feel me? We was able to go from this city to that state, but we still got to work to eat. You feel me? We still got to take that same money we get from math and give it back to math and to make sure we can live here amongst master. So it didn't too much really change. You feel me? They changed names and titles and so forth. And it's sad now. It's very sad now. If you are old enough to remember, or if you know what I'm saying, again, use these smartphones and these computers for other things, and you get there and look, you feel me? I'll never forget, I saw this one joint. It was like the post or the pic. It was like the 70s, 1970, you know what I'm saying, 73, 74 or something. And the guy had just purchased this house for about $5,800 or something like that. And you look at, again, a lot of those older houses, right? A lot of those older houses are still standing. There's new stuff, you know what I'm saying? A good gust of wind coming, your whole house, your whole livelihood might be gone. But I guarantee you're going to pay more than $5,000 for it now. Guarantee you're going to pay more for it. So with the more we, how they say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. You feel me? But the thing about that, this Bible gives you the knowledge that even though things may change, even though it may look this way, the Most High, our God, loved us so much, he left us a blueprint, a roadmap, you know what I'm saying, to navigate all of this. Yahweh Shema, Lathan, Bashim, Yahweh Shasi, Aqua Fana in the building. Good to have you here as well. Let's get it though, because again, this is election season. I don't want the crowd, or you know what I'm saying, the people online to think that we just anti-voting, because we're not just anti-voting. We are just pro-God. That's all. We pro laws, statutes, and commandments. We pro doing what the Most High said do. So Deuteronomy 17 and 15 reads, "Thou shalt in any wise," again, and that King James version, that any wise, that old Quaker English, you know what I'm saying? "Thou shalt in any wise," so in no way, you feel me? Y'all shouldn't in any way, any kind of way, how we say, any way, shape, fashion, or form now, set him king over thee. You feel me? It's letting us know now we're not supposed to be setting no king over us. And then it continues, "Whom the Most High, thy power, shall choose." The Most High chooses our king. Just how the Most High chose Moses, just how the Most High chose Elijah and the different prophets, you know what I'm saying, Isaiah, Jeremiah, just how the Most High chose Christ. You feel me? That's the same way that he chooses our leader. So we already have a king. He chose our king. Christ is our king. You feel me? Yahweh Shai, who y'all call Jesus, you know what I'm saying? We call Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. You feel me? Yahweh Shai is our king. We have a king. We got leadership. We got righteous leadership. You know, they like to tell us, you know what I'm saying, around this time of the year, you got to choose the lesser of two evils. Like you ain't still choosing evil. You feel me? And then when everything goes south, and your people are suffering even that much more, well, you made the choice. You chose something. Ain't that what they do? Don't they get all online? They say, well, this is what black folks get for voting for Democrats. This is what they get for doing that, right? To sway you to get to the other side. I saw a report the other day, you know what I'm saying? And Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah, officer calls upon the building. I saw a report the other day, and it said that when Trump, the last time Trump ran, he got, I think, 4% of the black vote. Feel me? Well, guess what he had now? They say now he had about 23%. You feel me? He's at about 23%. It must be the shoes. It must be the shoes. Them gold shoes, them gold shoes done sucked them all in. Or maybe what he said out of the words out of his own mouth. Maybe it was the mug shot. Because he said it was the mug shot. He said because of that mug shot, that's gonna give me a whole bunch more black vote. And lo and behold, he is at 23% of the black vote now. But right here in Deuteronomy 17 and 15, it says, "Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Most High thy power shall choose. Run from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee." Very, very, very important words, you know what I'm saying? It said one from amongst thy brethren, meaning you ain't finna have nobody over you that don't come from your own people. And I know that church teaches us that color don't matter. I know they teach you that race ain't in the Bible. All of that is a lie. That's not true. That's absolutely not true. If race didn't matter, it wouldn't have just been us in them stockades and on them auction blocks. It just wouldn't have been us. If race didn't matter, the color of Christ, the race of Christ would never have been concealed. It wouldn't have been changed. Now, you may hear that and think that I'm making that up. But when you read Revelations chapter 1, verses 13 through 15, it gives you the revelation. It's revealing what Christ looks like. It don't say nothing about him being Middle Eastern. It don't say nothing about him being olive color, even though olives is only green and black olives. It tells you what he looks like. You feel me? It tells you, you know what I'm saying, it gives you a description of Christ. But it's been concealed. It's been changed. It's been quote unquote whitewashed. You feel me? Even when I was talking about the Apocrypha. I was talking about the Apocrypha and how if you were to go to a church over at the Vatican, they say you go to the Vatican, inside their Bibles, they have the Apocrypha inside of that. You know what else they have? They got black saints and Christ and depictions on the wall because everybody knew the color of Christ. Everybody knew, you know what I'm saying, the color of the disciples. It wasn't until now, and it's been hid. It was something called the Renaissance, you feel me? Where they painted over all the images. And all this is inside the Bible as well, just like this law right here telling us not to vote. You feel me? Aqua Fana said, They think they're gonna get some more stimulus money from. Oh, that's what it is. Aquafada said they think they're gonna get some more stimulus money. She said it ain't just them shoes, you know what I'm saying, or the mug shot. They think they got some more. They think they got another check coming. You know what I'm saying? And that may be very well what it is as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we look at our economics. We look at these pennies that they give us. They give us pennies. It's not even matter of fact, when you really break it down and look at it, they give us less than pennies, and we be so gracious. We be so appreciative of them pennies. So whoever gonna give me them more pennies than the last one, that's who gonna get my allegiance. That's who I'm gonna vote for. You feel me? And that's just the Most High told us to be. We're supposed to be wiser than that. You feel me? We're supposed to be wiser than that. It says, "Thou shalt any wise set him king over thee, whom the Most High thy power shall choose, one from among thy brethren." It should be our brethren, just like Christ is our brethren, because race is important. Race matters. Christ came to save his people. You feel me? Thou mayest not, very important, thou mayest not set a stranger over thee. You feel me? So with all that talking that the Lord is doing to these people out here, all these voters, you know what I'm saying? The Lord told me to vote this way, and the Lord told me that. With all that talking, he somehow kind of missed and skipped over that point where God had already told us that thou mayest not. We're not allowed to set a stranger over us, which is not thy brother. You feel me? We're not supposed to be voting. We're not supposed to be voting, period, point blank. It was a thing that came out. I think it was when Obama was running, or right when his presidency ended, where little Edomite girl at school doing she came up, and I think over the summer she did some research and found out that all the presidents are related. All of them is cousins or something, you know what I'm saying, related, except for Trump. You feel me? So again, those are not our brothers. You feel me? We're not supposed to be voting for them. We already have a king, and if we went with the leadership, with the law, statutes, and commandments, like this Bible said, we will really be able to truly love one another, affect each other positively. The reason why we have not been able to do so is because we don't, you know what I'm saying, we don't love each other. We don't love each other. We love this place. All right. Now, it was one more. I think young man John Rand had another one. Make sure I don't want to skip over here, because he was actually close to where we was at, and Aqua Diana as well. So we got two more we're gonna go over. Young man John Rand said Exodus 20:16. Let's get it. One thing you're gonna find out about the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we don't make it up. We go right to these scriptures. You feel me? We get exactly what the Most High is saying. There's no such thing as the scriptures fighting against each other. You're not going a lot of times what you will find with Christians, with Christianity, you know what I'm saying? They'll take one scripture and use that scripture to dissuade or say this scripture right here is not saying that right there. The Bible don't work like that. It don't work like that. We're supposed to read this Bible precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. You find that in Isaiah. You feel me? That's how we're supposed to read this Bible. It's not meant to be read like a novel. It's not meant to be read like a novel. I know you got the stuff online where they say you can read the whole Bible in 60 days. You feel me? Well, that's not of the Most High. You want to know what's inside the Bible, you want to learn what's inside that Bible, you got to come to the priests and prophets of the Most High. Period, point blank. Simple as that. Simple as that. I can pick up a book on surgery right now. And I read pretty fast. I can read this whole book, you know what I'm saying, by the end of the week. Now, if you trust me to get a scalpel and get a knife to get, and you know what I'm saying, get to operating on you, Lord be with you. You know what I'm saying? Lord be with you. I don't think that would be a wise thing to do. Because Paul said, God, he said, very true. I don't think that would be a wise thing to do for you to allow me to perform surgery on you just because I read that book. You know what I'm saying? And he read it fast too. He read it in the whole week. I don't know if I'm jumping up under the knife or somebody like that. You feel me? And it's the same thing when it comes to these scriptures. It's the exact same thing when it comes to these scriptures. You feel me? We think, again, because that imaginary voice is inside of our head, that schizophrenia get to clicking in, and you be like, I heard you, Lord. I heard you, Lord. Really, you just hearing yourself. A lot of these pastors jump up there and say it was called by the Lord. And then after 20, 30 years of them scamming you and taking all of your money, they do a whole sermon called Daddy, I See the Wood. And they go, I feel like I've been swallowed after they done swindled you for all of your money all them years. After they done broke up homes, telling women thou art loose all those years. Unless they then like the Eddie Loans has done assaulted the children inside of the church. All those years, come to find out, the Lord never called them to begin with. You feel me? You want to come to the men of the Lord. You want to come to the priests and prophets of the Most High. So young man John Rand pulled Exodus chapter 20 and verse 16, and it's a very good law. A very good law. One of the laws that we don't do. We don't follow. And because we don't follow, we don't trust one another. Because we don't follow it, just how the scripture said in 1 John 5:3, we don't love one another. Exodus 20 verse 16 reads, "Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor." Now, so it's crazy. You pulled that one, right? It's crazy that a young man, John Rand, pulled Exodus 20:16. I just got through talking about how the Bible's supposed to be Salaki is supposed to be read precept upon precept, line upon line. You feel me? It goes together. It doesn't fight against each other. It's going to give you the definition for those. So when we read this, you may think that your neighbor is the man sitting next to you or the people that stay across the street from you. You feel me? And in some cases, it may be. In a lot of cases, because a lot of times you have so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians all in the same neighborhood. You feel me? All in poverty, all in squalor, all together in the same neighborhood. Sometimes that might be the case, but it's not the definition that this world gives you. Just like the definition of love is different from what the Lord is saying, neighbor is as well. You feel me? So when it says thou shalt not bear false witness, other words, thou shalt not lie against thy neighbor, let's find out who our neighbor is. And it just so happens that Aqua Diana, she said Leviticus 19:17, not love your brother in your heart. And it's another part of that scripture as well that actually backs up exactly what I'm saying, and that the young man John Rand brought out in Exodus 20:16. It says, "Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor." Let's go ahead and go to Leviticus 19:17. You know what I'm saying? Like the sister poor, we finna find out who your neighbor is, right? We finna find out exactly who your neighbor is and why you shouldn't bear false witness to him. Let's pull it. Let's go ahead and get there real quick. So that's right on time. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. These words have a definition. You feel me? Your neighbor is not your person, the person that stay next door to you. Your neighbor is your brother and your sister. You feel me? But you don't have to believe me and take my words for it. And matter of fact, we encourage you not to believe what we say. Don't believe anything we say. If you come to any one of our classes, and when I say our, I'm talking about all ISUPK. If you come to any ISUPK class, we just had ISUPK North Carolina inside the chat on TikTok, right? You go to any of our classes on any social media platform, don't believe nothing we say. Get your Bible and prove us wrong. Get your Bible, bust it out, pull up the same scripture we pull, and you prove us wrong. You're going to have a very hard time doing it. What's so crazy about it? What I say, they're going to say. What they say, I'm going to say. Why? We're on one accord. Why? Because we listen to one person. We listen to the Most High. We go by what this Bible says. The thing about this world, the thing about religion, the thing about everything else that you see, it's going to give you 50 million variations, 50 million options. You feel me? When the Most High didn't give us all those options. The Most High gave us two, and we're going to get to it also. We're going to finish this up, then we're going to get on the topic. We're going to get to exactly what those options are. But the sister is right on point when she pulled this. Young man John Rand, he said, our neighbor is Israel. That's our neighbor. That's our neighbor. And you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. And the sister pulled this precept right here to go right along with the scripture that you pulled. You feel me? Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17 says, thou shalt not, again, you got to be sensitive with TikTok. They might not like that word. I'll just spell it backwards. Thou shalt not ETAH, you know what I'm saying? Thy brother in thy heart. You feel me? Now, when the Bible talks about your heart, anytime you hear that word heart in the Bible, it's talking about your mind. This right here, that don't do nothing but pump blood. That's all that does. It don't do nothing but pump blood. It's a muscle. It's an organ inside of your body. It don't make no decisions for you. So when the Bible's talking about your heart, it's talking about your mind. You feel me? So, and brotherhood is a weapon too. Also, brotherhood is a weapon. You know what I'm saying? If then nobody else get no likes up, you got them likes up from me. I appreciate that. You feel me? But again, so it says, thou shalt not love your brother in thine heart. Your heart meaning your mind, right? Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. So first it's talking about your brother, then it's going to immediately go to who your brother is, thy neighbor, right? A rebuke means to correct. We're supposed to correct our brother. You feel me? If like you see our brothers doing something wrong, the same thing like we doing right here in these classes right here. You feel me? We supposed to correct one another. We supposed to correct one another. If I know the Bible says we're not supposed to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, and I see you eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, and I don't say nothing about you eating that pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, I'm wrong now because I should have told you. Maybe you don't know. You feel me? Now it's different once I tell you. You say God know my heart. He talked to me. He told me I can eat it. It's a whole different thing then at that point. But at the very least, we're supposed to rebuke. We're supposed to be able to rebuke or correct our neighbor, our brother. You feel me? And not suffer sin upon him. That's what that is talking about when it says not suffer sin upon him. Sin is the transgression of the law. You feel me? Sin is the transgression of the law. The water officer calls upon disdain. I can use disdain. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have no disdain towards thy brother. You feel me? Officer calls upon be a little swordsman with them words. You know what I'm saying? But again, we're supposed to rebuke thy neighbor. Our neighbor being our other brothers and our sisters, other Israelites. You feel me? We're supposed to rebuke each other, correct each other. You feel me? And not suffer sin upon him. That word sin has a definition, just like love has a definition. Dippo, I'd have seen a join. It's good to see you. You know what I'm saying? Put your city name, state in the chat if you have any questions. Make sure you ask. But again, just how we read, love has a definition, and neighbor has a definition. Sin has a definition as well. Sin ain't just making somebody feel bad. How you doing, Deborah? Sin ain't just making somebody feel bad. Feel me? Sin has an actual definition, and the definition of sin you can find in the Bible. It says that sin is the transgression of the law, the same law that we read in the very beginning that told us how you love by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. You feel me? Same way how you love when you don't keep those laws, statutes, and commandments, then you're gonna have that same disdain. You know what I'm saying, for your brother or for your neighbor. It all works together. It all ties in together. The scriptures don't fight each other. You feel me? Unlike we've been taught. We've been taught that the scriptures fight each other for the very reason we've been taught to make this Bible say what we want it to say. We've been the same way how you'll have a lot of brothers and sisters that's online right now, and the Lord is talking to them. Let them tell it. God is talking to them. Let them tell it. Hell, some of them let them tell it. They is God. You feel me? Some of them let them tell it. They God. They God. They Christ. They Peter. They Paul. All of them are lying. It's just because they're going off of what they want. It has nothing to do with the Most High, nothing to do with this Bible, nothing to do with what he told us. You feel me? How you doing, Vincent? You know what I'm saying? So again, then you get to verse 18, and it's gonna break it down even further, right? Verse 18: Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. So when it's talking about your neighbor, it's talking about the children of thy people. You feel me? But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Most High, and that's how the Bible works. That's how you pair up your scriptures. That's how you pair up your precepts with your other precepts. You feel me? To get what it's actually saying. You can't get that on your own. Okay, nobody tell you, but you can't get that on your own. Now I didn't get the one that I was looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up now. I didn't get the one that I was looking for, but that's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up now. You know what I'm saying? The water for all the participation. You feel me? What's going on, Diane Spiro? I see they jumping in and jumping out on TikTok. That's what's up. If you do come in, you have any questions, go ahead and leave them up in there. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you leave your questions, comments, and concerns inside of there. Topic of the class, you know what I'm saying? Life and death. The choice is yours. We've been taught in this place that you got 50 million different choices, 50 million different options. You know what I'm saying? 50 million different variations. The Most High didn't give us all those choices. He never did. First thing I want to do is I want to go to Exodus. It was a particular law I was looking for. I didn't get it, but that's all right, because we're going to pull it. But the water for all the ones that y'all did put in here. So I'm going to stop the screen here. Let's go back to the regular screen for a second. And we're going to pull what I want. We're going to pull Exodus chapter 3 and verse 5. We're going to pull Exodus chapter 3 and verse 5. All right, well, I'll start here and I just work my way to it. I thought I already had it pulled up. All right, so we're going to go to Exodus chapter 3. Again, this is good. If this is your first time seeing this King James Bible online, it shows you how to navigate through it, how to get to exactly where you got to get to. Exodus chapter 3, verse 5. Hold on, that's not the one I want. It's a lock here. All right, scratch that. Hold on, that's not the one I want. I know what I want. That's not the one I want. I'll tell you right now. The law that I was looking for was that we shouldn't have any other gods before us. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I was on the right doggone page. I threw myself off. All right, so we're going to go back to Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Salakia. So we were right there. That's on me. All right, here we go. This was the one I was looking for again. When the Bible talks about love, about this brotherhood, about this sisterhood, it's impossible for us to have brotherhood and sisterhood and love one another if we don't follow the laws of God. Period, point blank. That don't apply to everybody. That applies to us. The other nations, they can build a great, wonderful empire off our back, off our blood, off of us. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? They can do that. But we can't. We're going to be unsuccessful every time if we don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's impossible for us to love each other if we don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. When you get right here to Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3, I'm going to give you a good example of it. You know what I'm saying? Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Very important, again, that everything that's in this Bible is in here for a reason. When you're reading this, oh, my bad, Salaki, I don't even have it up on screen. Y'all didn't even tell me I ain't have it up on screen. Let me get it back up on screen. But when you're reading this, anytime you're reading that Bible, you know what I'm saying? Everything is wrote for a reason. Everything is in there for a reason. That's why it kills me. It kills me when we talk to people and they be like, color ain't in the Bible. Race not in the Bible. You feel me? If race isn't important, color don't matter, right? Color don't matter. Color don't matter. We grew up hearing color don't matter. Well, if color doesn't matter, if it doesn't matter, then why do they put it in the Bible? Why do they talk about it in the Bible if it doesn't matter? That's how you absolutely know that it does matter. If it doesn't matter, why do they change the color or the depiction of Christ in all the images? Why did they give you a picture of Caesar Borgia, you know what I'm saying, and call that Christ when that's not the Christ that's described in the Bible? Why don't none of our people know what Christ looked like? None of our people know what Christ looked like when it's right there in the Bible. Revelation chapter 1, verses 13, chapter 1, verses 13 through 15. It tells you exactly what Christ looked like, but none of us know what he looked like. You feel me? So again, all of that stuff matters. And I brought that point up to say this. When you're reading this scripture right here, thou shalt have no other gods before me. That word gods in this line is all lowercase. You feel me? It's all lowercase because these are the gods of the other nations. You feel me? It's only one God. It's only one God. That word God means power. That's not the name of the Most High. That's just the title. You feel me? That's just the title of them. So again, thou shalt have no other gods or no other powers before me. We shouldn't be worshiping anything else outside of the Most High. Period, point blank. You feel me? Verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. That's that picture that says a Borgia. That's that cross that a lot of us wear. That's that rock. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our brothers right now, you know what I'm saying, are in what's called Ramadan right now. You feel me? They're into Islam. You feel me? Or they're into Islam. You feel me? Those are some of the other gods that the Most High was talking about. We shouldn't have no other gods before him. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. When you look at different like Greek mythology, when you look at these other different nations, they worship the bears and the eagles and the stars and this rock and the oceans. They're always making depictions of those, and they worship those things. You feel me? But for us, for our people, for Israelites, the knowledge that the Most High gave to Adam, that Adam passed down, you know what I'm saying, through the generations to get to us. They got to Abraham, they got to us. We knew better than that. We didn't worship the stars and the moons and all that. We worship the creator who made the stars and the moon. That's where our worship was supposed to go. That's where our allegiance was supposed to go. We weren't going to put anything that he made above him. That makes no sense. But this is what we taught in these different religions. You feel me? This is what we taught with these different philosophies and these different customs, these other nations of people. You feel me? Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thou shalt not bow down thyself to them. When Christmas is around, right? Everybody gets those gifts and they bow down their knees and put them gifts underneath their tree. Not realizing that when you do that, you're worshiping another God when you do that. The Most High told us to never do that. We're not supposed to celebrate Christmas. But I guarantee you, lo and behold, Lord willing, we hit December 25th. If we hit it, it's gonna be a whole bunch of churches with Christmas trees, Christmas decorations all over the place. You're not gonna be able to go to your slave, go on your job without somebody saying Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas. You feel me? But the Most High told us not to have any of the gods before him. It says, for I, the Most High power, and I am a jealous God. You feel me? The Most High said he a jealous God. Well, that kind of goes in the face of the church saying that God is all love, right? They say God is all love. He's all love. He's all love. Let them tell it. That's the only characteristic of the Most High is his love. But we're reading right here in verse 5. It says that I'm a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generations of them that have disdain for me. Now, don't say disdain there, TikTok. We did plug that word disdain in because we don't want to get kicked off. And that's actually very, very important that it says that word there. Because again, like we read in 1 John 5:3, you can't love God. You can't love the Most High. You feel me? If you don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. There's no other way to do it. You can't send them a postcard. You feel me? You can't call them up and say happy birthday. You can't bake them no cake. None of that. It's only one way to love God. That's by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. And it's confirming it again right in here. Now it says that for I, the Lord, am a jealous God. Who knows what that word jealous means? If you know what the word jealous means, go ahead and type that in the chat if you know what the word jealous means. Who knows what the word jealous means? Let me stop this and let's pull up the Merriam. Like we always tell everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's very important that we look up some of these definitions of these words, reason being, if not, you will think that it means one thing, and it may mean something totally different from what you think, or what you've been taught, just because of how this world is and how they've taught us. Reading comprehension has been destroyed by Christianity. Reading comprehension has been destroyed by Christianity. We'll read something like the Bible when it says that 1 John 5:3, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. We'll walk out there church, put that money in that basket, and we'll say that the laws is done away with. I'm finna go eat me a bacon sandwich right now. I'm finna go give me some catfish right now. We going to Red Lobster right now. When you just got through reading that it says you can't love God unless you keep these commandments. And they're sweeping down that they love God the whole time. The whole time they're sweeping down that they love God. You feel me? Aqua Farad said envious of others. Young man John Rand said fiercely protective. Officer Mataz Akra said intolerant or rivalry or unfaithfulness. And those are the ones that I was looking for right there. Let's get it. Let's get the definition of it. So definition 1 says hostile toward a rival or one believed to enjoy an advantage. This is how the Most High feels when we serve these other gods. So if you celebrated Valentine's Day, right? If you celebrated Valentine's Day a couple weeks ago, you know what I'm saying, or last month, right? If you celebrated Valentine's Day last month, the Most High had a hostile, he had a hostile feeling towards a rival. That rival being that Valentine's Day. You feel me? That rival being the worship of Remus and Romulus that you just celebrated for Valentine's Day. No matter what you called it, what everybody else called it, didn't matter. That the Most High had already said that he had a hostile feeling towards that rival that you just celebrated, right? Right. Definition 2 says an intolerant or rivalry or unfaithful, intolerant of rivalry or unfaithfulness. So if you celebrate Christmas, right? If you celebrate Christmas, the Most High is intolerant. He's intolerant, which means he ain't tolerating you celebrating Christmas. He's not tolerating you worshiping that idol, that other God before him. And in his eyes, that's unfaithfulness. He's intolerant towards that unfaithfulness you just showed by you celebrating Christmas. You feel me? What else we got? What else we got? Definition B says disposed to suspect rivalry or unfaithfulness again. Then definition 3. Definition 3 says vigilant and guarding a possession. You feel me? Vigilant and guarding a possession. You feel me? That's how the Most High is with us. That's how we're supposed to be with him. That's how we're supposed to be with these laws, statutes, and commandments. So again, we celebrate these holidays when we eat pork, shrimp, lobster, and crab, when we continually break the laws of the Most High, and he's intolerant, right? And he's intolerant, he's hostile, he's vigilant. That sums up the curses and the things that we go through in our neighborhoods, what we see with each other. Everybody always got a theme or idea or a method or a way or how we get ahead. We're going to buy black. Everybody just going to buy black. We're going to get these black businesses and we're going to do this and we're going to do this, but it never ever works. The reason why it never ever works, because the Most High ain't playing with that. He's intolerant when it comes to us serving these other guys. You feel me? Officer Carlos Paz said, Sister Now said to envy. She's absolutely correct. The Most High is envious. You know what? Yeah, once again, y'all ain't tell me I have this mess up on screen. I'm up here just to read, and I ain't got it on screen. So lock it. Hold on, let me get it up real quick so y'all can see it. It's lock it. I just knew I was sharing off some ties I could write. My bad. So lock it. But again, the Most High is intolerant. He's a jealous God, right? He's envious when we celebrate these other gods, other things that he created. He's celebrating that. He created that. You feel me? As opposed to what? As opposed to us serving him. You know, I like to give examples, right? So it's kind of like an example of let's say you got children. You feel me? You got children. You write out this note for your children. You tell your children in this note, make sure you wash the dishes, take out the trash. You feel me? Wash the dishes, take out the trash. Being in bed by 12 o'clock. And let's say it's the weekend. You be in bed by 12 o'clock. It's the weekend. Y'all ain't got to go to school. So you know what I'm saying? Make sure you wash the dishes, take out the trash. You be in bed by 12 o'clock, right? Cool. Week go by, 2 weeks go by. I say a month go by. Month go by for school day. You say, hey, y'all need to go ahead. You need to go ahead and finish. You can go ahead and lay down and go to bed. They go, no, we got this note right here. And this note says that I can stay up to 12 o'clock. I already washed the dishes. You know what I'm saying? I already took the trash. This note right here says I can stay up to 12 o'clock. And you looking at them like it's something wrong with them. I just said, get finished and go to bed. You got school tomorrow. No. But the note, this note right here is the key to everything. This note says that I can wash these dishes, take the trash. I can stay up to 12 o'clock. They don't listen to you no more, but they're going to listen to this note that you made, that you created. You made the note. You wrote the note. You gave them the note. They're going to listen to the note. They don't listen to nothing that you say no more. Does that make any sense whatsoever? We do that, but we do that with a people that the Most High told us not to follow. He told us not to follow, and that's who we follow, and that's where we get our instructions and our guidance and everything else from. Officer Carl Sapar said Amos 5 and 21, a precept. Let's pull it. Let's go ahead and pull it. Stop this. Since I ain't have it all the way up there any doggone way. Let me stop this. Let's go ahead and get this Amos 5 and 21. Let me write this off because we went through that. And then I'm gonna give y'all an example, you know what I'm saying, of what exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna see if you can kind of picture why the Most High feels the way that he feels. You feel me? But let's get this precept though. Where we at? All right, also calls the process Amos chapter 5, verse 21. Amos chapter 5, verse 21. Let's pull it up. All right, Amos chapter 5, verse 21. And Amos chapter 5, verse 21 says, I despise your feast days. He despises your feast days. You feel me? So many times we come together for Thanksgiving, the celebration of the slaughter, the genocide of our Native Indian brothers and sisters. We come together and we say it's for family and it's about the food and it's about getting together. But it says right here that he despises our feast days. Why? For one, we're going against what he said. For one, you celebrate the demise of your own people, your own brothers and sisters. How sick can you be? You feel me? And it says, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. That's a great precept that the brother pulled. Again, a great precept that the brother pulled. Everything in this Bible is connected. Those precepts build upon each other. You feel me? It has nothing to do with how you personally feel about God, how you personally feel about what this scripture says. It got everything to do with those precepts building upon each other, and they all saying the exact same thing. We're not supposed to put any other gods before the Most High. Period, point blank. None of them. All right. All right. So let me stop that. I want to show y'all what I mean when I say put another God before each other. I want to give you a visual example of it. You feel me? Let's get it. Get a visual example of it. I don't know if y'all seen this, right? I don't know if y'all seen this. I'm not going to play the video. I'm just going to pull the image up. Who's familiar with this right here? Who's able to see this weekend? Now, for the ones that's on TikTok that can't see, right? The ones that's on TikTok that can't see, what I have up on the screen is Little John. You know what I'm saying? It says Little John converts to Islam during Ramadan holiday, right? And they have a picture of Little John up here, and he's there with the imam or whatever. And he's converting, right, to Islam. We just got through reading, you know what I'm saying, Exodus 20, chapter 20, verses 3, where it says, "Thou shalt not have any other gods before me." You feel me? And this goes right to what we're looking at right here. If you're depending on your age now, you may not remember who Lil Jon is. Lil Jon got famous with saying yeah, and crunk music. Yeah, crunk music. You know what I mean? And rocked the colleges, HBCUs all over America for some years. You know what I'm saying? Made good money. Was on Dave Chappelle show the whole nine. Became very, very famous. You know what I mean? And successful. You feel me? Off of his career in hip hop or rap. You feel me? And crunk music. But now we fast forward to now, and now he's converting to Islam during Ramadan holiday. You feel me? And this is a perfect example of what the Most High says when he's saying that, again, thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Allah is another God before the Most High. Simple as that, period, point blank. Allah is another God before the Most High. You feel me? How do I know that? Allah is another God before the Most High. Buddha is another God before the Most High. God is a Shiva. That's another God before the Most High. All those are quote unquote little G gods. Why? Because all religion is man-made and made up. Those are all man-made gods. Those are all man-made religions. You feel me? You don't believe it? Let me show you. Let me show you again. So I just wanted to show this to show, and he's not the only one. I think Javante Davis a couple months back. He claimed that he was that he was converting to be a Muslim now, you know, and a big reason, a big part of why we are converting and going to these other gods is because we don't realize that we're supposed to go to our God. Why? Because our religious leaders have never taught us that we have a God. Our religious leaders told us that God of that Bible is for everybody, even though that Bible doesn't say that. But that's what they told us. So because they taught us that, there's nothing wrong with what you see in this image right here. They taught us that that's acceptable, that's okay, and God still loves you, right? And then what they tell you, God is God in everything. God still loves you, but we just got through reading that God is a jealous God, and being jealous is intolerant, hostile towards another rival. You feel me? God is hostile towards these other rivals that we accept as our gods that we worship. We don't have an option in that. Just like the title of the class, life and death, it's your choice. You got to choose. You feel me? It's not what they've told us. We actually do have a choice. You feel me? All right. So I want to show you about these other guys real quick. Let's pull the scripture. I want to pull Psalms 96 and 5. I didn't even have that wrote down, but I want to pull it up real quick. Let's pull Psalms 96 and 5. Most part, we don't know what's contained inside of this Bible. We've been going to church for years, and they've never taught us what was inside of these Bible. They got certain scriptures that they read from, just like they gave us a slave Bible during slavery. Well, your pastor is going to give you, he's going to give you the 2024 version slave Bible. He's going to give you the 2024 version precepts and scriptures. You feel me? He's going to give you the scriptures that's going to help him get into your pockets quicker. And once he gets into your pockets quicker, he's going to get you out the door as fast as possible without really telling you what's inside of this Bible. We're going to go to Psalms chapter 96 and verse 5. See, a lot of our brothers, Lil John jumped up there and he became he's a Muslim now. Why? Because the other guys, they're tolerant. They accept everybody. You feel me? They accept everybody. You can be a Muslim, you can be a Buddhist, you can be a Hindu, you can be all of that. The one thing that you cannot be, unless you were born, you can't be you can't convert to being an Israelite. You can convert to Judaism. You can convert to that. You can convert to that. You can go to the different rituals. Now, I think if you are so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, you'll never be accepted fully. However, but you can convert, just like with Islam. With all that money that Lil John done made, with all the success that Lil John done got, with all the accolades that Lil John had, he'll never be accepted fully. That's about as close. And that image that I just showed, that's as close as he gonna get to Allah right there. He can go to the Mecca, he can walk around Mecca, he can kiss the stone, he can, you know what I'm saying, walk around that circle, go in there, stick his head in that hole, he can kiss that stone. He can do all of the above, but that's about as close as he gonna get. He will never be accepted fully as one of them. Why? Because it's not our religion. It's not. We don't have a religion. We have laws, statutes, and commandments that's contained within that Bible, but they never taught us that. Nobody ever taught us that. We can go to Psalms chapter 96, verse 5. Psalms chapter 96, verse 5. Y'all should be able to see that up on screen. It says, make it a little bit bigger. Make it a little bit bigger for the older eyes in the crowd. It says, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Most High made the heavens. The Lord made the heavens. All the other gods of the nations are idols. I never heard that in church. Never. All the times I went, I never ever heard them. It was always, we're gonna respect them for this and respect them for that, and that's theirs, and they got their right to this, and they can believe in this, and they can believe in that. We all can coexist. We all can coexist and just get along and hold hands, and we all love God. But it don't say that right here. It just said right here that for all the gods, not half of them, not some of them, not a portion of them, not a fraction of them. It didn't say all of them except for Allah. Right? It didn't say all of them except for the gods of Shiva. It didn't say that. It said for all the gods of the nations. Nations means race, families, right? It's 18 nations in the Bible. It's 18 nations on the earth in the Bible. And it's 18 nations on the earth today. Now, those nations on the earth, then they may not be named the same thing now. We were called Israel. So-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians were called Israel, right? The tribe of Judah, the tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Levi, the tribe of Simeon, the tribe of Manasseh, you feel me? The tribe of Asher, Naphtali, Issachar, Reuben, right? That was our name, but now our name is Haitian, Jamaican, you feel me? Black, African American, Native Indian. That's our name now. That's what they call us now, but that wasn't our name before. And it's the same thing for the other nations. The other nations. You feel me? The other nations, the nation of China was Moab in the Bible. The nation of Japan, Japanese, that's Ammon in the Bible. You feel me? Egypt, that's Mizraim in the Bible. All these nations have names. You feel me? There's 18 then, there's 18 now. They just said that for all the gods of the nations are idols. Well, we just got through reading before where it says that we weren't supposed to put no other god or idol in front of the Most High. So with that alone, just with those couple of precepts right there, it shouldn't be no Lil John converting to Muslim for Ramadan. That's against the Most High. Period, point blank. It's against the Most High. You feel me? All right, so for all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Most High made the heavens. It don't get no simpler than that. It don't get no simpler than that. But because we don't know what's inside of this Bible, we suffer, right? How I know that? How do I know that? What's the proof of that? Who can give me a precept? Because we don't know what's inside of this Bible, we suffer as a people. What's that precept? Who knows what precept I'm talking about? You feel me? Because we don't know what's inside of the Bible, we suffer. Who knows what precept that is? If you know it on TikTok, type it in. If you know it, you know what I'm saying, on X or Instagram or Facebook, what's that precept? It's a specific precept that I'm looking for. And that precept states that because we don't know what's contained inside of this Bible, we suffer. We suffer as a people. When you look at everything that's going on in our neighborhoods, everything that's going on in our community, everything that's going on amongst us as a people, you feel me? Everything that's going on with us, being locked up in dog cages at the doggone border. You feel me? At the bottom, economically, and as far as economics, number one for STDs and diseases all over the place, right? Right. Number one for being incarcerated. Number one for addiction. You name it, you go down the line of each category of anything that's derogatory, bad, detrimental. We number one at it, even though we only 11-12% of the whole of the population. How does that happen? Mathematically, that's impossible. That's impossible mathematically. Math that is not possible. That's a biblical problem. Sister Kenyessa said, "My people perish from a lack of knowledge." See that? I'm gonna do like Officer Mataz Zachariah. I'm gonna give you 99% because you ain't giving the precept, but you are absolutely correct. Give that sister a hand. Give that sister a hand. She said, she paraphrased. She said, "My people perish from a lack of knowledge." And that precept is Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Hosea verse 4, verse 6. That's a very, very important precept. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Let's pull it up. You are absolutely correct. Damn right. Absolutely correct. Let me see. Let me present. I think I already got that one queued up. I do. Here we go. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. This is a heavy, heavy precept. Aqua Farad said, as Aqua Farad gave you the clapping hands. You feel me? Sister Nah, she knew it. She said Hosea 4 and 6. Officer Akal Sapah, you know, Officer Akal Sapah knew it. His name mean devour them scrolls. He knows what's inside of these scrolls. You feel me? Aqua Fanat knows inside of these scrolls. Why? Because they come to these classes. They come to these classes, and so they know what's inside. They know, you know what I mean, what this Bible say. They know where wisdom lies at. They know what love is. They know who their neighbor is. You feel me? And they know what it says right here in Hosea 4 and 6. And it reads like this. Hosea 4 and 6 there, that my people, everything in this Bible is going to be possessive pronoun. Everything in this Bible is going to be possessive. It's not talking to everybody. That crushes the whole Christianity doctrine right there. That one verse, and this is actually a verse where they say it in church. They just don't break it down and tell you what it actually means. But it destroys the whole Christian doctrine right there. It said, my people. If this Bible is for everybody, if it's for the whole world, right? It's the enlighten the whole world, save the whole world. Why wouldn't it just say that people are destroyed for lack of knowledge? This specifies. It's talking about certain people. It's not talking about everybody. It says, my people. That's to let you know that God has a people, right? God has a people. We just got through reading where he made the heavens. He made everything, right? But he has a specific people. It says, my people are destroyed. When you look at our neighborhoods, the drug addiction, the unalive, and the crime, when you look at that, we're at the bottom of society all over the earth. Us being at the bottom of society all over the earth, we are destroyed. Why are we destroyed? The Bible's going to tell us. For the lack of knowledge. Well, I can Google right now. If I'm not mistaken, I think that black women are, if not number one, number two, right at the top for college degrees, right? Right? We all in here, you know what I'm saying? If you here, you in America, you got to work. You got to work. I don't know too many jobs that you go on where you don't get OJT or on the job training or some kind of instruction. You feel me? So you get knowledge there, right? We all have to go to school. You feel me? You have to go to K through 12. You got to get that education. That can't be it, right? Right? Everybody's probably looking at me on the doggone smartphone. I guarantee you didn't get this phone and know exactly what to do with it. You had to read a couple things, read up on it, figure out how to do this and how to do that right on the phone, or just in that alone. So again, my people suffer from a lack of. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. What's the knowledge that they're talking about? The only thing that we haven't talked about is this Bible, the knowledge of God, right? The knowledge of God. We get knowledge of any and everything else. The one knowledge that we need, that we have to have, that's imperative, necessity for our survival, you feel me, is this knowledge of this Bible. It says, because thou hast rejected knowledge. Think about that. It said that we rejected knowledge. You know how we rejected knowledge? We rejected knowledge because we reject what this Bible teaches. We'll go to that path, and we go to that path all day long. Like I told you, I can flip through right now and go to live on TikTok. It's gonna be a million different other brothers and sisters on that swearing now. They talking to the Lord, and they got a million other people listening to them. We ain't got that many people in our room on TikTok. You feel me? But we got a whole bunch of them in the mother rooms. Why? Because they're gonna reject knowledge. They reject this knowledge. They accept that other knowledge, but they're gonna reject this knowledge. Why? Because this knowledge is the knowledge of the Most High. This is the knowledge that we reject. You feel me? And because we reject this knowledge, we destroy it. Because we reject the knowledge of what love really is, we don't know how to love one another. Because we reject the knowledge of what who our brothers really are, we don't know who our brothers are. Right? Because we reject this knowledge, we are destroyed. And it says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. The Most High, think about it, made everything, is in control of everything, can do anything. If the Most High made everything, controlled everything, that goes to say that the situation that you're in, right? If the situation that you're in, the situation that your family in, the things that you have seen and witnessed growing up, the situation that our people are in right now, that's ordained by the Most High. That's not an accident. It's not an accident. That's on purpose. That's on purpose. You feel me? Why? Because we reject the Most High. So when we reject the Most High, he rejects us, and we lose, and we don't receive that protection. We don't receive that protection from the Most High, right? And these other nations devour us as a result of it. It says, so because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of the Most High. You have forgotten the law of God. I will also, and this is a very, very, very important one right here. I mean, it's all important, but this one right here, this I'll never forget the first time I read this particular scripture right here. This was the part that hit me, because at the time my boy was a little bit smaller then, you know what I'm saying, than they are now. They're big now, they're bigger than me now, you know what I'm saying, but they were smaller then. And I remember, you know, as a parent, you just want the best for your children. As a parent, especially as a father, and that's not to take anything away from the mothers, but you want to protect your children best you can. You feel me? You want to provide for your children the best you can. You want to be there for your children, teach them right, the whole nine. So as a parent, a lot of time, especially for us, well, we find ourselves praying to the Most High, Lord, please just watch over these kids, especially when they get, I mean, it's really all throughout their life. When they're younger, they can't talk. You don't know what's going on, how they feel, if they're hurt or not. It's bad, but you got them right there. But then they get older. They get older, and this oppressor says you got to send them out that house. You got to give them to that oppressor now. You got to give them the master. You got to let master teach them. You feel me? So now they got to leave. You can't be with them all the time like you were before. And so as a parent, you find yourself just praying and hoping, you know what I'm saying, that they're going to be all right. But then I'll never forget, I came across this particular scripture right here. You feel me? I came across it, and it said that because, you know what I'm saying, I will also reject thee. So like it says that, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of the Most High, I will also forget thy children. That's a crazy, scary, you know what I'm saying, hard thing. The Most High, it is one thing to forget me, but when the Most High says, I'm going to forget your children because y'all done forgot this law, that right there ought to wake you up. For me, if I was you, I'd be trying to figure out what these laws are if you don't know. Also, Carlos Apart said Revelation 3:15 is a precept. We're going to go ahead and pull it. But he says, I'm going to forget your children because you've forgotten this law. And I'm going to pull up an example of it, but I'm going to get the brother's precept first before I pull that example up. So let's go ahead and get that. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 15. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 15. I got you. Okay, here we go. Revelation chapter 3, verse 15 says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. You feel me? And what they're saying is, matter of fact, you kind of need 16 to go with that. It says, so then, because thou art lukewarm, you're not either cold, you're not hot, neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. You feel me? We don't know the Most High. We don't forgot the law of the Most High. You feel me? And this particular verse right here, these particular scripture right here in Revelation 3 and 15, you know what I'm saying? The Lord said, I would rather you be this way or that way. Just kind of like same thing I was saying with the title of the class. You know what I'm saying? How you got life or death, and it's your choice. The Most High only gave us two choices. In each situation, it's always two choices. You can do this or you can do that. It's not you can do this and this and this. You can do a little bit of that. You can do some of that. You can do that too, and you can do that. And he didn't do that to us. You feel me? The Bible, the Lord said, God says He's not the author of confusion. You feel me? So He didn't do this. He didn't give you this choice, that choice, this choice, a little bit of that, this choice, this. He gave you two choices, and each one is two choices. And it's the same thing He's saying right here. I'd rather you be hot or you cold. You're against me. You either for me, you're against me. A lot of us is lukewarm, so we get spewed out of His mouth. A lot of us is lukewarm. We don't know these laws, statutes, scripture. We continue to keep going to that church. We continue to see our neighborhoods, our communities, and our lives become more and more dilapidated and go further and further down the hill. You feel me? Get worse and worse and worse, and we wonder why. Well, this is why. The reason why is because we've forgotten the law. The reason why is because we don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. The reason why is we don't know what love is. I want to show y'all an example of what that looks like. How many of y'all are familiar with Uvalde? With the Uvalde shooting. How many of y'all are familiar with that? This took place in Uvalde, Texas. You feel me? Uvalde, Texas. May, I think in 2022 this took place. But they just a couple of days ago came back, you know what I'm saying? Hold themselves not guilty like they do. Came back with a verdict on it. I just want to pull a couple of the images. Sister Kenyessa say she's familiar with it. All right, let me stop this. She says she's familiar with it. I remember when the story broke, and it was a terrible event. Aqua Diana says she's familiar with it. It's a terrible event. But this goes right along the lines of what I'm saying, or what, you know what I'm saying, that scripture in Hosea 4:6 is saying. That church will always give you that first part of that. My people suffer from a lack of knowledge, but they don't give you the rest of it. They don't tell you the consequences of you not having that knowledge of the Most High. The consequences are the Most High is going to forget your children. You feel me? Now, Sister Kenyessa say she's familiar with it. Sister Deanna said she's familiar with it. Uvalde, Texas, you had a school shooter go up in there, right? That school shooter went up in there, and we only got a couple of people on TikTok. So what I'm going to do, so I don't get kicked out for we did great. We did great on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and stop it now. Try to at least. Let me see. All right, cool. We're going to end TikTok. Okay, we got a whole guy. They say about 500 people jumping in there. I ain't seen them. All right, anyway, I bet. So we're going to end TikTok so I can speak freely now. Ain't got to worry about us getting put off. Now, we're going to still keep professional. But, again, never forget when I saw this, right? So we had the school shooter go up in there. And these is little kids, elementary kids. Now, this particular area where it's at, it's an area where a lot of our Issachar, a lot of our Mexican brothers and sisters at. And you know how they feel about our Mexican brothers and sisters. You know how they feel about the Venezuelans. You know how they feel about all of us, really. But you know what I'm saying? You know how they feel about, you know what I'm saying, a lot of our Mexican brothers and sisters. They treat them just like they treat us. We all in the same boat. We all underneath these curses. What you see in this image right here for the brothers and sisters that's not familiar with it is these officers, right? These officers. A school shooter went up in there, and he's in there unaliving children. And he's in there to the point where you have children call. You imagine your child called, they call 911. They done called you. You probably told them to call 911. You on your way up there. Or you may have said, stay on the phone with me. They hear the shots and they hear the other peers being unalived inside the school. You feel me? He's going through that class to class, and you hear him just unaliving kids, right? Unaliving kids. They on the phone. They can't get on. They call 911. They on the phone with their parents. These officers stood outside those classrooms and heard those shots and heard those children being unalived in there for 77 minutes. For 77 minutes, they stood outside this class. They stood in the hallways. You got pictures of it, and you may be able to see some of them as I scroll. I mean, they thought that they had meetings. You got some of them that's getting hand sanitizer and shit, washing their hands, talking, smiling, you know what I'm saying, having a good time while these children are in the room being unalived. You feel me? For 77 minutes. Nobody goes in there. And they said it was a miscommunication. He said it was a miscommunication. Nobody goes in there. And if that was their children, if there was one of those little oppressors back there, I don't think they would have stood out there for no 77 minutes. You feel me? I don't think they would have stood out there for no 77 minutes. Now, the sisters that's familiar with it, y'all remember how many cops it was? Do y'all remember exactly how many cops it was? Because, like, I done seen videos where brother can be unarmed, brother can be, you know what I'm saying, hands up, you know what I'm saying, don't shoot, the whole nine, and they unalive us. They kick in the door like they in Rambo. They kick in the door like Rambo. They unalive, guns ablaze. I done seen videos where they run. I saw one of them last week where the cop go up in the house off a report that somebody's breaking into somebody's house. He don't call for no backup. He don't wait for no backup. He just go kick in the door, go around the corner, let loose, kill the brother. Go in this brother's house, kick the door, go in this brother's house. Don't announce himself. Don't say it's a police, nothing. The brother's in the kitchen. He go around the corner, just that fast, unalive the brother. Just like that. But when it's one person in there, you feel me, unaliving children, and you can hear this, 77 minutes, they wait in the hallway. They don't even go in there. Sister Kenyessa said over 80 responded. Okay. Aqua Fana said one of the parents got into the building and rescued her son. Yep, because they was telling the other parent, you can't come up there because by now, you don't have people show up. My child's in there. Shit, they on the phone now. What is y'all waiting on? So and you know us, right? So one of them said, nah, she wasn't going. She ran in there, got her child. You ran in there, got her child. The parent ran in there, but all of these officers with all of this gear, with all of this, you know what I'm saying? The police, they budget, they be getting millions and millions and millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying, for the SWAT gear and the vests and helmets and ballistic weapons, like SWAT. They get bread for that. You feel me? They get bread for that. Well, you had a parent ran in there with none of that. She didn't want to go get her child. She got her child out of there. My rib said it was a ton of officers. Sister Kenyessa said that includes SWAT and TAC. You are absolutely correct. All y'all are absolutely correct. It was actually about 400. It was actually about 400 officers. I didn't stutter. I didn't make that up with all the different departments that responded. 400 officers. When I heard it, right, I had to rewind it and hear it a couple of times. I was like, are you serious? 400 officers. You feel me? Now, I know, like, we get into any kind of issue, skirmish, whatever, they go to their courtroom, they try to make us look so bad. Even when you're looking at these pictures here, they don't show you the 400 of them, the mass of them that's outside. You feel me? They don't show you how this hallway was really filled, how it flooded with cops, with weapons, with vests, with gear. They waited out there for 77 minutes. Well, anyway, a couple of days ago, they came back and they found there was no criminal wrongdoing on the behalf of the officers. They did everything right. They did everything they were supposed to. They were supposed to stand there and wait for 77 minutes. All 400 of them, nobody go up in there. Even though in the movies they Rambo, they kicking in. They in the movies, right? I done seen Rambo in the movies going there with one knife and take out a whole platoon of squadron. You feel me? I watch in real life, real time. I watch as that officer unalive Philando Castile, as he's sitting there with his wife, with his child in the back seat, crying, and he's telling the cop, "Hey, I got a weapon. I got a weapon. I got a weapon. I got a weapon." Cop gets scared and pop him. He didn't wait no 77 minutes either. I saw them roll up on Tamir Rice, and they unalived that boy in about, I think it said 2.3 seconds. 2.3 seconds, 2.5 seconds, because he was a little boy with a little toy gun with a little orange cap on the front of it, outside playing with everybody else in the park playing with him. But they rolled up 2.5 seconds unalive them. But when it came to this and our children back there, you know what I'm saying? And I know exactly where you went to with that officer sometimes. You were damn right. They stood out there for 77 minutes. We just read how the Most High said that because y'all forgot my law, I'm gonna forget your children. This is what it looks like when the Most High forgets your children. You feel me? Sometimes Zachariah said on the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You are absolutely correct. He also says Zechariah 11 and 15. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? This Bible is so real. It's so real. You know what I'm saying? And it warned us against these things. It told us what was going to happen. You feel me? If we didn't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Period, point blank. It told us what was going to happen. You feel me? And yet and still, you know what I'm saying? We just don't get it. We don't want to get it. We think God is talking to us in our head. Now, with all that God talking to us in our head, you know, with some Christians in there, you mean to tell me that the Most High, you feel me? If He's talking to you in your head, He didn't tell none of them that this was going to happen at their child's school. Don't send your child to school that day. They said it was on like 3,000 oppressor, 3,000 people in doggone in the tower for 9/11. There was a whole bunch of people that didn't go to work that normally be there. You feel me? But nobody told them that your children gonna be unalive. You feel me? If they go to school this day. We got to get back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Let's pull it. What we looking like on time? Okay, we're looking pretty good. We good. We got about 60% of the scripture. We did pretty good. I don't know about y'all, but I think I deserve a shot. I think I did great tonight. I ain't get kicked off of TikTok. I got out just in time. I ain't get kicked off of TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. All right. So let's get it. Zechariah 11:5. It says, "Whose possessors slay them." You feel me? As much as that, I ain't no slave. Don't call me no slave. You feel me? That damn right. The water aqua. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no slave. Don't call me no slave. What the Bible says that you got possessors. Somebody on you. See that you still are in possession. You feel me? Whose possessors slay them, and they slay y'all. You feel me? Mike Brown was slayed. Eric Garner was slayed. Philando Castile was slayed. So Sandra Bland was slayed. You feel me? That's what they do to us. You feel me? Those children, they slayed them children. And the cops stood out there and listened and didn't do anything. And I done seen them lock brothers and sisters up. You know what I'm saying? I done seen them lock brothers and sisters up. One brother might ran in there and committed a crime, you feel me? And robbed the place or something. Another one might have been outside and didn't know what the hell was going on. But I guarantee if that one caught a body, the other one caught one too. But them cops stood out there. And it was 19 children that got unalived. And the 19 children and two armed teachers. You feel me? But none of those bodies on them. Even though they got gear, they got protection, they got vests, they got body armor, they got AR-15s, they got, you know what I'm saying, training, quote unquote training to deal with that particular situation, right? They stood out there for 77 minutes and do anything. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And even when they do unalive us, and it's on camera and everybody sees it, everybody see it, it's there. It's not like it was back in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. You feel me? Well, it was just word of mouth. And it was only 3 news stations. Nah, it's everywhere. Everybody got a camera now. Everybody got a phone now. So it's everywhere. When they unalived George Floyd, everybody see it. It was a crowd of people that was surrounding him, watched the life come out of his body. As this cop put his knees on his neck, and he was so comfortable with it, put his hands in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I done got a little bit thicker as I done got older. I don't even know if I could comfortably kneel down on one knee with my hands in my pocket for that long, for what, 7, 8 minutes? You feel me? But he did, and it was comfortable with a mob of people around him. He knew wasn't nobody gonna touch him. Who possesses slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them, same ones that sold us, right? Let's say, blessed be the Most High, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Our own shepherds don't care. Our own shepherds don't care. T.D. Jakes up there talking about being swallowed. You feel me? I think it's a Potter's house in Texas. He's up there talking about being swallowed. You feel me? And it's no outrage. There's nobody saying, oh, no, them cops going to be held accountable. Oh, no. You don't see none of that. You feel me? And it's because, again, we don't know what these scriptures are, what's inside of these scriptures. So it's a great precept that you pull, brother, a great precept that you pull. A couple of more that I want to get to before we get out of here. We doing great. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, you know what I'm saying? The title of the class is, life or death is your choice. You feel me? How many genders are there? Who knows how many genders it is? If you know how many genders it is, go ahead and type it in the chat. If you know how many genders it is. How many genders are there? Who knows how many genders it is? I know if I ain't get no answers real fast, I mean y'all out there Googling. Y'all out there Googling. Y'all Googling. I'm wait a couple more seconds and I'm gonna put it on. I'm put it on up. I think they out there Googling off some of Zachariah. And it's sad. And look, and it's sad that it's a Googleable thing. You feel me? Okay. Aqua can Yessa said 2. You feel me? Aqua Fry said 2. The world got 127. I'll be damned. My rib says only 2, but the world say 72. And on Officer Matai Zachariah said 2 according to the Most High. Damn, I heard that. Give all of y'all a hand. It's sad, right? Depending on which one that you pull up. Because I pulled up one that said the 172 or the 127. I also pulled up the one that said the 72. Now I have the one right here. This is the one I was going to show. This is the one, actually the ones that says 72. But I did see that one that say 127 as well. I actually saw one that said like 216. You feel me? But this is the world that we live in. See, these are options that the Most High didn't give us. Because y'all said 2. This says 72. Somebody got to be wrong, right? Somebody got to be wrong, right? Life or death is your choice. Let's see what the Most High says. Let's see what the Most High says. Aqua for now, they're laughing. You know what I'm saying? This is the world that, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's like, and it's so bad. It's so bad now. I be telling young brothers, boy, you want to make sure you get a birth certificate. You want to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Y'all both was in elementary school together. You know what I mean? From Head Start on up, because you don't know what's walking around out there, man. You just don't know. These Transformers, and you got Transformers and Decepticons and Autobots and some of everything else out there. Also, Matai Zachariah. You feel me? Let me stop this. Let me pull up again. Let me pull up what the Lord say. We're gonna go to Genesis. And it's crazy. He said it way back in the beginning. You feel me? He said it way back in the beginning. Let's go to Genesis. Aqua for Eyes said, heck, the world said I'm not even a woman. Oh, no. Y'all are cis, whatever the hell that means. Y'all are cis women. Yeah, I got off TikTok just in time. You know what I'm saying? The world says y'all are cis women. I'm a cis man. I don't know what the hell a cis mean. You feel me? Hey, let's see what the Most High say. This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. And it says, so the Most High created man in his own image. You feel me? In the image of God created he him. Now we know when he says he created him, we know that's Elohim, you know what I'm saying, the powers, you know what I'm saying, the Most High sent the order got done, you know what I'm saying, but we were made in his image, you feel me? Male and female created he them. Now I don't know about y'all, right? I wasn't the best in math, but I was fairly pretty good in math. What I just saw was male and female, right? I don't know where the hell they got the other 70 from. That the 125 from. I don't know where they're getting that from, because it just said right here that God created man in his own image. The image of God created he him, male and female. Life or death. You got you life or death. The choice is yours. How many religions is it? We follow man. We follow the traditions of man. We follow these pastors, these lying churches, right? We out here dying our face, beat red to celebrate Ramadan. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. You know what I mean? We follow the customs of man, the traditions of man. We follow these idols, these false idols and gods of these other nations. Because Most High just said it was only male and female. But I just showed you a report where it said it was 72. How many religions is it? Now, we don't believe in religion. You feel me? We know that this Bible is religious. We don't consider ourselves to be part or practitioners in a religion. You feel me? But let's pull it. Let me show you. According to Wikipedia. That's a little small. Can y'all see that? Let me make it big. All right, Aqua Diana said 4,000. And see, it's kind of like the same thing with the gender thing, right? Deanna said 4,000. Sister Rod said no clue. It's kind of like the thing with the gender thing, right? Couple of reports I saw 4,000, I saw 4,200, I saw like 4,400, and then I went to Wikipedia, and guess what Wikipedia says? Sister Nas said 4,000, right? There are, and you should, hopefully y'all can see this right here. There are an estimated 10,000 distinct religions worldwide. Though nearly all of them have regionally based, relatively small followings, 4 religions, the big 4, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism, account for 77% of them, right? And 92% of the world either follows one of those 4 religions or identities as non-religious, meaning the other 9,000 account for only 8% of them. So again, 90%, billions and billions and billions and billions of people, billions and billions and billions of people are Christians and Muslims or Hindu or Buddhism. Officer Carl Sapar said that I pull Deuteronomy 30 and 19. I did not pull Deuteronomy 30 and 19, but concerning what we just read about these 10,000 religions, you know what I had queued up to be pulled next? Officer Carl Sapar, I had Deuteronomy 30 and 15. And I think, and I was going to read down till about 20. So, hey, brothers in the spirit, you feel me? Let's go ahead and get it on screen. So, damn right. Let's get it on the screen. And this is Deuteronomy chapter 30. And like I said, I wanted to start at about 15 because it goes right along the lines of kind of where I got that title for the class at, talking about these other false idols, talking in reference to them 10,000 religions we just talked about, or those 72 genders that we just talked about. You feel me? And it talks about all of it, encompasses everything that we've talked about so far tonight. You feel me? So Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 15, Sister Aisha said, that's crazy. This is a crazy world. And that's Esau. That's Job 9:24. Earth is given into the hand of the wicked. This is the earth wicked style. You feel me? This is the earth that they have created in their vision. You feel me? And because we don't do what the Lord tell us to do, right? Because we haven't came back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, the earth is upside down. You feel me? Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15 says, see, I have set before thee this day life and good. 2 choices. Death and evil. 2 choices. And life and good, death and evil, right on the same way. You choosing life, you choosing, you know what I'm saying, good, right? If you choosing death, you choosing evil. 2 choices. Life and good or death and evil. It's up to you. Verse 16. And that I command thee this day, and this goes to the covenant that he made with the children of Israel, that he made with us. You feel me? This goes to the covenant. So a lot of us think, well, I don't believe in this, and I don't believe in that. Well, guess what? You signed the contract. You know what I'm saying? This is the covenant that we made with the Most High. You feel me? It says that now, and that I command thee this day to love the Most High, thy God. We know what love is. We know that love is keeping these commandments. Everything works together, right? To walk in his ways. Walking in his ways is following the Most High. You feel me? Following Christ. Following these laws, statutes, and commandments. He said, don't eat no pork. You don't eat pork. Why? Because you're walking in his ways. You feel me? You don't hate your brother in our heart. Why? Because you following his ways. You don't celebrate or follow the other nations, the other gods. Why? Because you following his ways, or you walking in his ways. You don't become a Muslim for Ramadan. You feel me? Why? Because you're walking in his ways. And to keep his commandments. Then you know what walking in his ways is, and his statutes, and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. We don't live, we survive, and we barely doing that. And most times we're perishing, we're being unalive, we're suffering. The curse is on the thick. Why? Because we do not walk in his command. We don't walk in his ways. We don't keep his commandments, his statutes, or his judgments. And the Most High thy power shall bless thee in the land whether thou goest to possess it. If we would do what the Most High tells us to do, we will be blessed. And just like when we don't do, let's find out what happens if we don't. But if thine heart turn away, You know that heart is your mind, but if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them. Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, smoking weed, dreadlocks, you name it. All of us is worshiping another God, serving these other gods. Verse 18, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish. When you see Uvalde and those 19 children, I was actually going to pull up a clip from Haiti. Haiti is in utter chaos right now. Utter chaos right now. I was going to pull up Haiti and show you how they flying all the American officials out of there, right? They flying all the American officials out of there. DeSantis is finding boatloads of Haitians and deporting them and sending them right back, right? Sending them right back. You won't be coming over here, but we already know it. Them Ukrainians and them Afghans, oh, he let them come over here. No problem. Come on, let's go. Millions and millions of dollars. Come on, let's go. Right? But I send right back. Why? Because we stopped following the Most High. We forgot the law of the Most High. We worship these other gods, and as a result, it says, I'm going to denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land. We don't live long lives. Most of us, 40 years old, you're like, oh, you done made it. You feel me? 40 years old, you're old man at that point. You feel me? Why? Because of these curses. Because we surely are we surely perish. You know what I'm saying? And our days aren't prolonged on this land. Whether thou passeth over Jordan to go possess it. Verse 19, you know what I'm also called supply I want to get to. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you. You feel me? This wasn't just no. This was official. You feel me? He called heaven and earth as the notary. This is official. He gonna stamp it, right? Against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. You want the blessings? You want the blessings, or you want the curses? You want to live or you want to die? Period. Point. The other 70 choices that's in between, Lord, the Most High said, I didn't give you all those. You feel me? Those other 999,000, those are the 9,999 religions. I didn't give you none of those. Matter of fact, I didn't give you damn 10,000 of them because I didn't give you religion to begin with. I gave you a heritage and a culture. I gave you laws, statutes, and commandments. I didn't give you those. You got them 10,000 choices. I didn't give you none of those choices. I gave you life and death. You feel me? Blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. And this is what Officer Carlson was saying. You want your children to live? You feel me? You want your children to live? You want them to prosper? You want them to stop perishing? You want to stop the Uvaldes? You want to stop the Philando Castiles? You want to stop what's going on with us? You want to stop the drug addiction? You want to stop the crime? You want to stop the slavery? Because we're still in slavery. If you want to stop that, then we got to start choosing life. Verse 20, that thou may love, and we already know what love is. That's keeping those commandments, the Most High thy power, and that thou may obey his voice. All the mother, I told you about 50 of them online, 50 million on right now online. They hear the Lord loud and clear in their head. But we supposed to be listening to his voice. His voice comes through the prophets. Why? Because his prophets follow the scriptures. You feel me? We listen to what Commander General Yohanan say. You feel me? That's the voice of the Most High. That's the voice we're supposed to be following. And ain't nobody gonna pop up on my screen right now. This is God. Go to the left. It don't work like that. You feel me? But when you walking in his ways, following these laws, statutes, and commandments, that's the voice of the Most High. When you're not celebrating Christmas, Easter, Easter getting ready to come up, then that's you're listening to the voice of the Most High. You feel me? And that thou mayest cleave unto him. When you cleaving on something, you got to think of it like you getting ready to fall out the bed, right? Let's say you laying down, sleep, you got a good sleep going on, and you about to fall out the damn bed. But if you wake up in time, you're gonna get to reaching. 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 You feel me? You're gonna get to reaching and grab whatever you can to keep you from hitting that flow. You feel me? And the older you are, the more it hurt. You know what I'm saying? You a little bit younger, you might not mind. You might just go ahead and take the L and hit the flow. But the older you are, you're gonna snatch every last cover and blanket and pillow off that damn bed to make sure you don't hit that flow. Otherwise, you might not be able to go to the slavery tomorrow. You feel me? Well, we're supposed to cleave to the Most High that same way. We're supposed to be reaching and grabbing because we don't want to hit that flow the same way to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It said, for he is thy life In that moment, every day, all the time, he is thy life and the length of thy days. And thou mayest dwell in the land which the Most High sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. This whole thing, again, was official, and it was passed down. You feel me? We don't have the option to not fulfill our part of the deal. You know, when we don't fulfill, and actually we're going to fulfill it either way it go. We're going to choose life or we're going to choose death. If you fulfill it on the left-hand side, well, you're going to perish. You're going to suffer. You're going to feel these curses. If you fulfill it on the right-hand side, well, we're going to get that land that the Most High told. The same land that they're fighting over in Israel, Gaza right now, we're going to get that. Those same promises the Most High promised us, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, we're going to get that. You feel me? But it requires us to follow and walk in his ways and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Where we at? We good on time. We got through a good portion of the scriptures. There's one more I wanted to pull, but I think we be. I think we done hit it home. Let me see. Let me see. I don't have to pull them right now. I was gonna go into Elijah. I was gonna go into Elijah, you know what I'm saying? Do a little bit of history, you know what I'm saying? But going to Elijah, when Elijah came out, he had to battle the prophets, you know what I'm saying? He went out, he had to battle the prophets, and he asked them, he was like, how many, you know what I'm saying? How long are y'all gonna be stuck between two opinions? That's either right or wrong. It's right or wrong, it's life or death. All this other stuff is in between, that's confusion, and most times is the author of confusion. You feel me? The water for everybody that's stuck around. I don't think we have any more questions. Aqua for I said, Kwam Yashala. Damn right. Kwam Yashala. You feel me? Aqua for now said she's sick of this place. I think we all are. But hey, good thing is we in the best time to be here. For us, this is the best time to be here. We're gonna, Lord willing, see something miraculous. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see the Most High bring this nation and these other people to their knees. You feel me? And Lord willing, we gonna see each other at this Passover coming up. You know what I'm saying? Most High Christ. The water, Aqua Diana. You know what I'm saying? The water. With that, let me get this off the screen. You know, I didn't realize y'all can see me. You know, TikTok threw me off a little bit tonight. I ain't been on my screen game like I normally is, but that's all right. I'm just talking. You feel me? Ain't got nothing up on the screen or none of me up there, but it's cool. Good class tonight. Hopefully everybody was able to take away something from it. I know y'all always do because y'all always come out with them fire precepts. We got the Lashawan Kodash class this Friday. We got the scripture breakdown class tomorrow with Captain Natazat Nashad. Make sure you come with your questions. The Water Aqua for I. Y'all come with those questions. You feel me? Come with those questions. You know what I mean? So that we all learning. And it may be something, you know what I'm saying, you've read and maybe you don't want to ask, but it might be somebody else with the same question you have. You feel me? So you go ahead, you ask. If you're not sure, you ask. This is where you come to learn and get the wisdom of the Most High. And it's a blessing. It truly is a blessing to be in here. I was listening to a class the other night, and when the captain and the brother broke it down, you know what I'm saying? It really, truly is a blessing for you to be here because the Most High, Christ didn't mess with everybody like that. You feel me? The Most High didn't mess with everybody like that. So for you to be in here, you got so many people in so many different options and choices and doctrines and swapping down that they right. They swapping down they right. 100%. You can't tell them they wrong. You know what I mean? Swapping down they right. You feel me? But you are actually here. You actually are here. You actually hear where the Lord wants you to be at. You actually hear the truth of the Bible. So give yourselves a hand. Give everybody a damn hand. And if we don't have any more questions, comments, or concerns, we're going to get into these security announcements. Make sure if you haven't already, I think the deadline is coming up, approaching. Officer Mataz Akara, let me know if I'm wrong. I forget the exact date. Officer Rashomov said he wanted it, but your arrangements for Passover. You know what I'm saying, where you're staying at, when you're planning on getting there, when you're planning on leaving. We are not the Christian church. You feel me? We are responsible for one another. We want to make sure We want to make sure that everybody gets there safe and everybody gets back home safe. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very important that we communicate that beforehand, through hand, and afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So that we all get there, have a good time, that we all make sure we get back. You feel me? And that way, if anybody does need anything, again, we're in the loop and we can respond accordingly. So make sure y'all get that information to your camp leader, or get that information over to Officer Urash Mouth and Officer Mataz Akarat, the water as usual, brother. Officer Mataz Akarat said that deadline is tomorrow at 9 p.m. So if you haven't already, go ahead and get your travel arrangements, plans, your arrival date, departure date, how you're getting there, all that good old stuff. If you're walking, like Officer Yatazar last year, you know what I'm saying? If you're flying, if you're driving, or whatever it may be, you want to go ahead and communicate that. So again, we all can be on the same page. The water. Let me see. Let me get these announcements up. Was a Tawab class. Like I said, we live everywhere. You feel me? We on X. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. We on X. We on Instagram. We got 2 pages on Instagram. We on X. We on TikTok. You feel me? Y'all know we on YouTube. We got like 3, 4 Facebook pages. We out here. We out here. And so again, we gonna make sure we do our job and show up to teach this word. We need y'all to make sure y'all do your job to spread and share. Spread and share. I know we all got them family members. You feel me? We all got them family members that get up every day and want to tell you about Jesus. You feel me? They want to tell you about the Lord. And we know they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But you know what I'm saying? We try to do our best not to be unprofessional with them, but as smooth and as boldly as they can share that mess with you, you share them the truth. You feel me? So y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Don't get fired from your slavery now. But you know what I'm saying? Your social media outlets and so forth. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Jump in them comment section and hold now. You know what I'm saying? It's very much appreciated, and it helps to get this word out. And with that being said, let's get these announcements. All right, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother or sister. If a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. They need transportation. The teacher will arrange it. With me saying that, make sure for the sisters, if you want to pre-order your corsages, then you have to be in the school for 6 months and all that good old stuff. If you can get the single corsages, but for the sisters that's married, you want to get the red corsages. And I believe the 55th person, if they haven't already done it, if they already haven't hit it, the 55th reservation for that sister is going to get gifted some wristbands for a husband or whatever. So y'all make sure y'all get those pre-orders in for the corsages. After that 6-month period, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. Now, after this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment found in Numbers chapter 18, verses 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashura, 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. You want to give that to the Treasury Department or the teacher. We also have a priest fund. That priest fund is a free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. That can be in whatsoever amount or form you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation is the Passover. What's today? Today the 19th. Matter of fact, it ain't even 30 days out now. We at the 28-day mark. You feel me? The Passover, the actual day for the Passover is going to be April 20th. But the lamb slaughter starts, sets it off. That's going to be April 17th on that Wednesday. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to be there that Wednesday. You feel me? I missed the lamb slaughter last year. I'm not missing it this year. So I will be there I'll be there this year to check on the food. You know what I'm saying? I'm be watching the prep for the food. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be there Wednesday, and again, it's gonna go from that Wednesday to the 22nd. It's gonna be a virtual reality thing for the kids. It's gonna be at All Black Party Thursday, that lamb slaughter Wednesday. General Muhammad is gonna teach his class on that Friday, right? I think that's Friday. But all throughout, you know what I'm saying, in the Passover, that Saturday. That Sunday Feast of Unleavened Bread is going to be a week filled, week filled with events for the family. Make sure you get that fee paid. At this point, I'm pretty sure we already have it done, but if not, you want to make sure you take care of that. That's going to include everything. You feel me? So yeah, I don't know about y'all, but I'm geeked up. Passover, that's going to be our very next high holy day. And with that, if there's any brothers that want to be a trooper, make sure that you got all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, war scarf. If you ain't got no war scarf, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get ample opportunity to get them at the Passover. I'm planning on leaving me a couple of them. But you know what I'm saying, again, it's going to be a glorious event. The water for everybody that tuned in tonight. Yeah, make sure y'all are here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. for the scripture breakdown class. Come with your questions. And with that, shalom. We're going to rock out with the promo for the Passover on the way out. And again, shalom, the water for everybody. The water for everybody joining in. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Brak a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shema ala thun ba Shem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.